Welcome to the town of Scheidler. She's a quiet place on the Salt River. It's not a major port, but the scenery is nice. It's just a few miles to the Juniper Mountains, and you can see the White Peak from here. Scheidler is home to 2,000, making it quite prosperous. The town is not entirely dependent upon the river, but it helps. Upriver is suitable to low drafts, but the river is fast and cargo can be moved at an average of 70 miles per day. Ships are usually towed back upriver by horse. Below Scheidler, the river widens and slightly larger boats become useful. These are usually rowed back up. A common job among the older children and young adults in town is as rowers. Scheidler is also host to the nearby Wolf's Paw Fighting School, a college for monks. Depending upon how you handle training, this might be a must stop visit for the monks in your party. Even without a monk, the school might just have information you need to speed your party along its current quest. The most prolific NPC in town? That's Uncle Joe. He's a fighter build and will challenge anyone to half health in a stand up fight. He's way past his prime, but still capable. He's got a million stories. Well, he tells stories millions of times, generally rotating between his favorite three or four. Looking for something bigger? Ember City sits on Lake Daw. The lake is about 20 miles long, but rarely more than a mile across. The river Denebrius feeds it from the north and drains it in the south. In one of the lake's few bulges, the great river port of Ember shines like a beacon on the eternal river. The Denebrius runs for 6,000 miles on its way through the moonlit plain. It begins as a 3,000-foot waterfall crashing down from the plain of Herlinian, land of champions. 1,000 miles beyond Ember, it falls more than 4,000 feet into Avenscream, the 537th plane of the abyss. Ember is a city of 200,000, a true metropolis. The city's port is a spectacle, home of the World River Fleet. There are always a dozen or more galleons around to maintain the defense. Large transports come and go on a constant basis. Smaller ships are like a swarm of locusts buzzing around the highway of water. Ember is a city of light, trading actively up the river with trade routes running all the way to Herlinian and beyond. Entire city wards are dominated by great cathedrals of mercy and compassion. Paladins of justice carry on their tasks in the knowledge there is an army of like minded colleagues ready to back them up. Oh, but the city has a dark side. Trade with the abyssal plains is just as important, and there are many in the city that would rather they be the dominant trade partner with the Grand City. Dark ships sail in on shadows, rising dark mists in their wake. The stench of transgression is a persistent invitation to an interplanar incident. It's been a long time since the Zenibsal War, but when it did, the waters ran red with blood for 10 years. Looking for something brighter? Coming around the long, slow turn in the lazy river, South Bend is an explosion of color. Banners in reds, blues, and yellows fly from the rooftops. The buildings themselves are painted in equally vibrant colors. Beyond the city, where the hills climb away from the river, acres of tulips radiate their splendor. The sound of trumpets greet docking ships. Beer stands line the streets near the harbor, and the smell of cooking meat permeates the riverside shops. South Bend is a town of 1,000, and they make a large portion of their collective income by making sure every passing boat docks for a meal, a drink, and a little time in the local shops. The faces are friendly, and everyone is welcome. The mayor of the town, Sir Selman Leon Arcana, Leon for short, is a boisterous walrus looking man. His widespread whiskers do nothing to hide his permanent smile. He insists that the only wasted days are ones where he doesn't make at least one new friend. But 5 is his goal. He makes a point to say hello to all the new arrivals, often taking them on impromptu tours of the city. Vincent Whizzer serves as the town's project manager. Wiz is an automaton, standing 7.5 feet tall. He's extremely thin and more than a little loud. Think of him as a friendly version of Siren Head from the internets. Leon and Wiz are in a constant competition to see who can be the most memorable resident of South Bend.